Assalamualaikum everyone. Good morning. How's everyone, guys? Good morning, everyone. I'm very sorry that I have arranged the session that early, but to be honest, that's why I announced it a bit earlier. Hopefully, everyone will be all right. Okay, just a quick question. How much syllabus have you covered till now? I'm asking to everyone. Just write down in the chat box. Jenny, Sibgatullah, Simran, Amra, Vivek. Okay, you are an investment appraiser. Okay, perfect. And rest of all, merger, Amra merger, Jenny, completed till where? Okay, fine. Okay, okay. If you have recently joined, or if you have joined late, or even if you have joined earlier, but you have started now, I will recommend that start from weighted average cost of capital and move to back so that you can quickly meet with our classes space. The rest you can cover on your own. Cover the back, then cover the cover the back and then cover the merger and acquisition. You can cover the remaining topics on your own in next days. Okay, that should be the plan that you can plan in that. Are you getting this? For example, if you have joined today, so what you should do? Quickly cover the WAC classes, then move to the merger and next topics. Okay, what about the investment appraisal? Cover those investment appraisal lectures at your own pace. Set a particular timetable, for example, in morning, in evening, or whatever the time suits you. Cover in those particular hours. But in order to match the class timing with the live class timing, cover the back, then cover the merger and restructuring and onwards. Okay. Okay. Any particular question regarding any topic, please let me know. Let's discuss your question first, then we will discuss about the assignment. If you have any particular question, do let me know. Yesterday, I completed investment appraisal because of my net and laptop issue, so I have not completed my test and assignment. I can understand. We will discuss merger and acquisition, assignment of merger. Jenny, I can understand because I think we all are facing this internet problem. Uh, I like in the last 2 days. So should we start theory evaluation from study hub? Is that enough or either go through technical articles? Sibghatullah, all technical articles are included in my AFM notes. Okay, all technical articles. If any technical article is missing, that is missing by purpose because we have already covered in somehow in notes. Okay, for study hub, um, all the theory lecture videos are available on portal, and I have made that lecture videos from the study hub. all the relevant theory. Obviously, I didn't make any video on advantage of NPV, IRR, or basic things from Study Hub because we have already covered from our notes. But if anything is different, new, relevant, I have already made video on that. But somehow, if you found anything which I didn't cover, do let me know. I will quickly make video on that. Right? So currently, about to finish investment appraisal. So do we need to practice questions simultaneously? At least solve two question on APV and two question on international investment appraisal. At least side by side. At least, or if you want to quickly match with the pace, so at least solve one question on that topic, just to know the things that how you will solve. But you can do the practice later on. Okay, is the question bank? Yes, question bank is provided. The question bank is the question bank has question till 2020. All the recent questions, I didn't include all the recent questions. Why? Because all the recent questions are available on ACCA practice platform. I want you people to solve the recent past papers on practice platform, not on the Excel. Yes, yes. If look, the target is to solve all the questions which are available on ACCA practice platform. And I think five to six attempts are available on ACCA practice platform. So 15 to 20 questions are available on the practice platform. So all the latest questions. So idea is to practice from the old question initially and then move to the ACCA practice platform. Is there any super 20 kind of question list? I will share at the end of session. Not now. Not now. Otherwise, what will happen? Everyone will do that super 20 question. That should be for the that should be announced in mid of August, not now. Ah, yes, kind of mid of August, so that you can solve those questions last days. Should we do timed hour course practice? Not initially. You should timed it during revision, because if you start timing it now, you will be you will be stressed out, because obviously you don't have enough practice now. What will happen? You will be stressed out because you will lag in every question. Average deadline of completing syllabus move according to the schedule. Next week would be restructuring, then risk management, then the remaining areas. Ideally, it should be mid of August. Progress. Okay. Any other question if you want to ask? Currently lagging behind, so can I start from restructuring after investment appraisal? I will say that quickly cover the weighted average cost of capital before starting any other topic. If you're joined late, start back, quickly cover merger, then restructure. Otherwise, you will be you will not understand the restructuring really. Now the volume, Vivek, you're talking about the live class or the Is it necessary to cover merger and acquisition for restructuring? Yes. Yes. Especially the valuation part. Guys, my voice is clear. Just a question. Is it clear, or should I have to do something? Okay. Okay. Please open this assignment question. Please open. Everyone, please open this question. Okay. Let me start reading it. Okay. It has three requirements. Number one requirement is estimate the equity value of the combination of Propleis and Adictcan company. Estimate the equity value of the combination of Propleis and Adictcan. So it is obvious that we have to calculate the combined equity value. Second, the benefits which would be gained by Propleis company shareholder from the acquisition. First of all, you will calculate the combined value. Second, you will calculate how much the Propleis will get the gain. 10 marks. B part, discuss the assumptions made in calculation in part A, including whether the expected synergies are likely to be achieved. So we need to discuss the assumptions made in the part A, including whether the expected synergies are likely to be achieved. Okay, third, explain the actions which Propleis company board can take to ensure that companies are integrated successfully and synergies are realized. So these are the three parts. Professional marks will be awarded for the demonstration of skills and analysis, skepticism, and commercial acumen. So this was the question. It was not a difficult question, to be honest. Propleis and Adictcan company are two listed publishing companies. The main focus of both companies is publishing magazines, although they also publish a limited number of books linked to the magazines. So both are publishing companies. Whenever two companies have same nature of business, and if they are combining, this merger is called the horizontal merger. So this is horizontal merger. Propleis company publishes property and lifestyle magazines. Propleis, property and lifestyle. Adictcan company publishes magazine covering professional sports. Both companies publish a combination of magazines which have been established in recent years and some of which have been published for much long. So the thing which you need to remember, Propolis dealing in property, Aditcan dealing in magazines uh, related to sports. So please tell me, although both are in magazine business, but the nature of magazine is same or not? Please tell. Nature of business is same. Nature of the magazine is same or not? One is in property magazine and one in the sports magazine. Is nature of magazine same? No, no, not same. Okay, okay, tell me one thing. The writer of magazines, can writer of property magazine can write the content of sports magazine or vice versa? It's like, can the teacher of AFM can teach ATX? No. Or vice versa? No. Right? Okay. Keep this in your mind. Propleis company has an in-house team of staff, writers, and editors who are responsible for content. Most are young and tend to stay for a limited time period. Highlight this. Before moving on to other publishing jobs, the problem with the Propleis is the staff here stay for a limited time. A Deccan company has a team of in-house writers and editors for each magazine who are specialists in the sport which their magazines cover and who in some cases have worked for the magazine for many years. Okay, the nature of the employability in both companies are different. In Propleis, people stay for shorter period of time, but in Adictcan, people stay for longer period of time, right? Currently successful sports stars also write for Adictcan company magazines. So the sport magazine also hired the sports stars. It's like Ronaldo is writing some magazines for some content for some magazines. So obviously it will increase the sale. A Ditkin company board has given the managerial and writing team of the most successful magazine considerable autonomy in determining the content and development of their magazines. So a Ditkin company board is more liberal. It has given more autonomy, more freedom to its team. Okay, Propleis company has not done that. Okay, both companies have an online presence in addition to the publishing paper copies of their magazines. Electronic subscriber for both companies can access some content which is only available online. Whereas Propleis company has won awards for its online presence and e-marketing. A Adityan company website has been criticized for looking old-fashioned, with the main appeal of its online offering being the high quality of the writing of the content which is only available on. So if I have to make a summary here, just give me a minute. Number one point. No matching of property and sports magazine content. Okay. Number two, Propolis Adictcan. Employees remain for shorter period of time. Here employees remain for longer period of time. Third, old-fashioned website, new website, award winning. Okay. In Adictcan, more autonomy, and freedom. Okay, this was the summary. Okay, the last is the Propleis company is planning to make a takeover bid for Aditcan company and has contracted Aditcan company board. Propleis company board believes that the acquisition could provide synergies, particularly in the area of online presence, marketing, cross-selling, and also saving in staff, admin, and paper cost. Okay, this paragraph is very important. We need to discuss the synergies here. Next is current market value of Propolis is 620 million. The good thing is equity value of Propolis is given and Aditcan company is given. The equity value of Propolis is $620 million and Aditcan company equity value is $340 million. Aditcan company board has indicated that its shareholder will expect a premium of 20% above its current equity value. So a Aditcan company will only be willing to sell its company if they get 20% premium. Propleis company board feels that its shareholder will also expect a gain of at least 20% of current equity value. So both shareholders are demanding 20%. Next is expected sales revenue in the first year when the companies are combined 720 million and the sales growth rate in each from year 2 to 4 8%. This is super easy. Put revenue in year 1 720, then every year it will increase by 8%. 720 into 1.08, then into 1.08, then into 1.08. Then expected post-tax operating cash flow in each year 1 to 4 is 14% of revenue. Whatever the revenue you have calculated, take its 14%. That is post-tax operating cash flows. Then the company requires additional investment in non-current assets of 25 million in year 1. In year 1, capex is 25. And from year 2 onwards, you will take the change of sales and multiply with 0.3 because it is written $0.3 for every $1 rise in sale. So it is like if in year 1 sale is 100, in year 2 sale is 200, you will take the difference and into 0.3. So that is 30 million. That's how you will do it. You will take the change of sales into 0.3. After year 4, an expected annual growth of the free cash flows of the firm is 4%. Why 4%? How do you have calculated? No, nothing is mentioned. So you will write in the assumptions. Assume a cost of capital of 10%. Why assume? There is no basis given. Target equity ratio is 1:3. No basis given. Will it remain same forever or will it change? Then why the post-tax operating cash flow is 14% of sales? No info is given. No information is given. No breakup is given. No justification that sale will grow. Why the sale growth is 8%? These are the questions which you will ask. You will challenge in the question. Okay. Number 1, equity value of the combination. This is super easy question. A part. Equity value of the combination of Propolis and Aditcan. Look here, it is given. Revenue is given, increase with 8%. Take its 14% post-tax operating cash. Simply deduct the capex, that would be free cash flows. Discounted is given, growth is given, and ratio is given. You can easily calculate equity value. You can easily calculate the equity value. Okay. We have already solved this. Look, the revenue of year 1 was given. And then every year you have to increase it with 8%. Super easy. 8% into 1.08. Take the last year revenue, increase with 1.08. Copy this into the next cells. Then simply take its 14% in every year. Okay. Then simply calculate the capex. In first year it is 25. Then every year you will take the change of sales into 0.3. That's how you will do it. Right? You will simply calculate the change of sales. This is sales, not the last one. These are the sales into 0.3. Okay. Then these are the free cash flows. Take the sum of these all cash flows. Sum of these cash flows. How? Operating cash flows plus additional capex. Why plus? Because it is already negative now. Discount factor is 10%. Discount all cash flows, all these 4 years cash flows at 10%. Discount rate into this. Okay. How to calculate this? Present value after year 4. This cash flow will grow with a growth of 4% for the foreseeable future into 1.04. Discount factor 10% minus 4%. So we are applying the perpetuity from year 5 onwards. And we know from the basic that whenever we are applying the perpetuity, answer will be in the last year, at the end of last year. So multiply with the discount factor of last year. Okay. Like the sum of these will be market value of business. Sum of these two is market value of business. And remember, it was given in the question that debt equity is 1:3. So debt is 1, equity is 3. So total is 4. So equity is 3, debt is 1. So if this is total into 3 divided by 4, equity value. Okay. Combine equity value. Okay. Deduct the market value of Adictcan. That was how much? It was given in the question. 340 million. And pay premium 20% on this. So remaining is value attributable to Propleis. Total value minus the value of Aditcan minus the dividend which you are giving to the Aditcan company. This is the value attributable to the Propleis. So what is the value of Propleis? It was given in the question. 620. So benefit of Propolis. Calculate the percentage gain by dividing this benefit with the initial value. So it's 22%. No, there is no working capital in this question. That is capex. There is no working capital. And by the way, company is not closing at the end of year 4. Company will going to exist for the foreseeable future. Company is going to exist for the foreseeable future. Okay, so that's why there will be no recovery of working capital or capex or anything. There would be no scrap value. Okay, right? So this is the gain. You can also solve in this way. You can also solve in this way. Write the name of the companies. Write the pre-acquisition values. Share, market value, total market value, whatever the information is available. Write it down. Pre-acquisition value. The pre-acquisition value of Propolis was 620. The pre-acquisition value of Adictcan company was 340. Write the combined equity here. Okay. You have to give 20% to the Adictcan company shareholder into 1.2. Into 1.2. Okay. Total value is 1167. You are giving 408 to the Aditcan. So all the remaining will be attributable to the Aditcan company, Propleis company. So take the difference between these two values, this one and this one. Gain, divide the gain with the initial value. That is percentage gain. That's how you will solve. Okay, these are the two ways. This table will help you in a complex question. This table will help you in a complex question. Okay. We have solved the A part. B part. Discuss the assumption made in calculation part. So we have attendance of 13 students. So please tell me what assumption you will make in this question. Everyone has to state one assumption at least. Write in the chat box. Everyone has to state one assumption. Guys, you have to state the assumption and discussion about the synergies. Come on. We assume that cost of capital is 10%, which might not be the reasonable because of the merger. Christy, let me rephrase it. it is assumed that cost of capital is 10%. It is assumed that given cost of capital 10% reflects the combined cost of capital of the business. There, there, however, there is no detailed calculation or explanation that how this 10% has been calculated. Whether this is reflecting the current business risk and financial risk of the business or not. Okay, let me explain. Cost of capital 10% is given. Okay, sir, it's very simple. Cost of capital 10% is given. Okay, I will use that. No, you will write assumption and then critically challenge that assumption. Look how you will write. Let me write it. Let me write it. It is assume that given cost of capital reflects the combined cost of capital of business. However, no detail calculation or breakup is given that how it has been calculated and whether it has reflected combined business risk and financial risk of merger, right? Write the assumption and challenge it. That's the best way. Okay, next is post-tax operating cash flows are 14% of sales without giving any detail of the variable costs of business. Excellent. You will write the second assumption that it is assumed that operating cash flows are post-tax operating cash flows are 4%, 14% is given. But there is no assumption, there is no breakup given, there is no detail given that how it has been calculated, whether it is reflecting the actual profit of the business or not. No. We will write in the word processor because the word processing sheet will be open for us. Okay. If it is a complete theory question, write in the word processor. If it is just a commentary on the numerical, you can write in the Excel spreadsheet. Okay. Growth of 4% could be unrealistic. Do not write in this. You will write, it is assumed that terminal growth is 4%. That means business will continue to achieve growth in cash flows 4% for the foreseeable future. However, it is unrealistic that a business is going to achieve 4% perpetual growth. Okay, Rishi has given one line. The sales growth rate has been assumed at 8%. Considering the merger between two Nature of magazine, this growth rate for constant periods. Excellent. According to the student, sales growth rate has been assumed at 8%. That means sale will grow at 8%. Considering that though both of the magazines are different in nature, how you will achieve the growth? How you will achieve the synergy? Because both magazines will not be integrated. There can be a cost saving, but how you will increase the sales? That would be real challenge in the future because both have a different magazine nature. Excellent point. Any other point, guys? Let me open the any other point. We have done on the we have comment on the revenue, we have comment on the operating cash flows. Yes, you can also comment on the capex. That The capex proportion has been same for every year, but it can be different according to the different nature of the uh, capex requirement. Plus, no working capital requirement is given. How a business can run without investment of the working capital, that should also be considered. Okay. You can also write one liner or two liner on the debt equity ratio, whether the company will be able to achieve this or not. That is also a question. Okay. Then you will write that whether the company will be able to achieve the synergies. Okay. Just read this last paragraph. Propleis company board believes that acquisition could provide synergies. Okay. Particularly in the areas of online presence. Yes. This line is making sense. Because Propleis company has an online presence. It has an award-winning website. Its team is very good. But the Adictcan company website is old-fashioned. So when the both companies merged, the website of the Aditcan company will also be upgraded. So it will be able to attract more customers in future. Okay. Propleis is more famous for its online presence, its award-winning website, its e-marketing. But the Aditcan company is old-fashioned. So after the merger, Aditcan company will get the benefit, its sales will rise. Okay. Next is marketing and cross-selling. Do you know what is cross-selling? Cross-selling is you will sell uh, property content on sports websites, sports content on property website. So you can say that this point or this synergy is unable to achieve because the nature of property and the nature of the sports magazine both are different. So hardly you will get any cross-selling benefits. Yes, company can save in uh, administration and paper cost, but in staff cost it is difficult because you can't retain. You can't hire one writer for property and sports magazine. The writer of property magazines are different. Writer of sports magazines are different. So you can't save anything on that. But the administration staff can be saved. You can only hire one HR team, one accounts team. You will only take one office on the rent. You will buy paper in bulk for both the magazines and save cost on that. So out of these 4 points, in online presence, yes, you will get the synergy. In administration and paper costs, you will get the synergy. But you will not able to get the synergy in cross-selling and saving and stuff. Right. Right? Are you agreeing on this point, right? By the way, for this discussion, you do not need to have any background knowledge. This is just a common sense. Okay, the last question. Try to understand the question first. Explain the actions which Propleis company board can take to ensure that companies are integrated successfully and synergies are realized. Okay, you want that company should be integrated with each other properly. Okay, we are the management of the Propolis company and we are acquiring the different company and we want that company should be integrated successfully and synergies should be realized. What action we will take? What action we will take? If we want to do the proper synergy, what action we will take? Merger of two companies. If you want a smooth merger, What action you will take? Anyone? Okay, I am giving my suggestion. Propolis company should devote considerable time to assess all the vulnerabilities associated with merger and should properly address it. In simple way, if you are the acquirer, you should identify all the problems, all the hindrance, all the all the points which are restricting the proper merger. You should identify those points, and you have to at, like address those points. Number one point. Then Propolis company should ensure the proper merger of both teams, because a Detcan company team is experienced and more autonomous. So if you combine autonomous team with your team, so maybe there will be a culture shock. So after the acquisition, you have to give autonomy to all employees, because your employees are stay for shorter period of time, but the Adectin company staff normally stays for the longer period of time. So you have to address this issue. Okay. Okay, what can be the next? A Detcan company currently hired sports celebrities to write in magazines. You will write that Propolis companies should ensure that after the merger, these celebrities should continue to write for the business, because they will attract a wider range of user. Okay, you should write this also. Okay, can we say that survey should be conducted to post merger to ensure that the employees have adjusted? No, no, no. This is we have to write what action we should take now to ensure the smooth merger. You are telling the after effects. What action should we take now just to have a smooth merger? Okay. Okay. Any point which you want to add? I have written on the employees. I have written on the sports staff. Any point which you want to add? Okay. Please go through these points. Propolis company should do thorough due diligence before acquiring the company. Thorough due diligence. Diligence is the must requirement. Is a must requirement whenever you are acquiring the other company. They should investigate that which staff member to retain and at which remuneration, and how to redundant staff which Propleis company does not need. Okay, whenever the acquirer acquires other company, you will not retain all the staff. Okay, you have to decide which staff you need, which staff you make redundant. Propleis company should communicate with debt company staff and give them confidence that we are going to retain you after completion. Otherwise, what will happen? If I am acquiring your company, you will start quitting your job. You will search your job elsewhere. So if I give you the confidence that, look, I'm going to acquire your company and you will be having a job in future company as well. So I will retain you. Then Propleis company should understand the culture and management style of a different company before acquiring them. And Propleis company should contact the sports stars and give them confidence that they will write in future as well. Okay. Regulatory approval is also required. Remember, without regulatory approval, you can't do the merger. So in order to have a smooth merger, we should follow up for the regulators to have their approval. As the both companies are in IT sectors, they have the online presence, we should also ensure that the both companies have a IT integration as well. Because if they unable to integrate system wise, so it will be a huge cost for the company. So IT integration is also required. Okay, one student has written, encourage employees so that they can adopt easily. Yes, excellent point. Ensure that the change will be implemented effectively. Yes, and ensure that the autonomy which a different company is used to have in their previous company, they should also receive the same autonomy here. And obviously, Propleis company should give them this confidence. Okay, these are the points which you can write whenever examiner ask about that what points we should ensure to have a smooth merger. Always recommend due diligence. Always recommend the HR integration, system integration, culture shocks, or culture integration. So we have to focus on these points. Whenever you are acquiring other company, we have to focus on these points. Due diligence is super important because due diligence, what is due diligence by the way? For example, if this is my company and I'm acquiring your company, so I will hire one of the big four, and that big four company will do the due diligence. It's kind of a mini audit. They will check if it's a financial due diligence, they will check the income statement, balance sheet, their assumption, their loan assumption, their revenue assumption, their cost assumption, their tax assumption, everything. So what is the benefit of due diligence? It will give us the clear picture that what is company about, what are the strengths, what are the weakness. So remember, you should always do the due diligence. Look at the question. Explain the action which Propleis company board can take to ensure that companies are integrated successfully. So in order to have a successful integration, you should do the due diligence from a good company, from Big Four. Not Big Four. Do not write from like Big Four. The trustworthy and reputable company should do the due diligence. Okay. How you will get the professional marks? If you explain the numerical of this question, you will get the professional marks on analysis and evaluation. Like in this question, we remember we have calculated the gain of both companies. So if you explain that, like in 2 to 3 lines, you will get marks of analysis and evaluation. What is skepticism? When you challenge every assumption, that is skepticism. When you challenge the commercial nature of any business, the commercial viability, that is commercial echo. Okay. So if you're writing the assumption in this way, if you're writing this, it is assumed that cost of capital is 10%. You will not get any professional mark. But if you explain and write the cost of capital assumption in this way, you will get marks on skepticism. You will get marks on skepticism as well. Okay. For assumption, just do not write assumption. Write the assumption and challenge it. That's how you will get marks on skepticism. Okay. So I have received assignment. So let me go through it. I think there is some mistake here. Post-tax cash flows. Sale is given 8%, 8%, 14%. Okay, the problem with this question is this student has applied the perpetuity, but only on the post-tax cash flows, not on the free cash flows. So you should use this instead of 126. Look, everything is fine now. So what is the mistake in this whole part? Everything is correct by them. In this whole part, there is one mistake, and that is the student has applied the perpetuity on post-tax cash flow, post-tax operating cash flow instead of free cash flow. So just by changing this, everything is correct. 22% gain. Okay, don't worry. Only examiner will only deduct 1 mark. Don't worry. Okay, if by chance if you have to write on the spreadsheet, this is not the correct way. Write in a paragraph form. This is not a paragraph. Like your size of the paragraph should be like this, not like this. Like let me explain. If you're writing anything, like, let me write. This is wrong. Just look at the screen. This is wrong. Let me explain how you should write. Okay. That's how you will write. Like the border should be similar. It is more looking like a paragraph. For example, in this way. You shouldn't write that one line is small and the other line is very long. No. So the problem with this is examiner have to scroll towards right side. But still, this is for the future. But let me. The benefit which could be again gained by Propleis. Propleis will have an increased market shares in the company. Magazine will publish professional sports coverage. Hence, new market benefit for the Propleis. Okay. New market share increase. There is no increased market share in this case because the nature of the magazines are different. Yes, there will be a benefit of entering into new market. That is a good point, but your market share will not rise. Okay. In addition, will benefit from having specialized human resource that is more add value compared to its current labor force, whom seem to new fresher from school knowledge and okay. There may be also reduction on recruitment costs as stated that specialized labor tend to stay more than young. However, the company should also note that specialists tend ask for more money. Uh, I think you should modify this in a little bit different way. Currently, both companies, uh, if you combine both companies, the acquirer will get a gain of 22%, target will get a gain of 20%. That's a short point. Like you should write in this way. Let me write it for you people. Propleis company shareholders will get a gain of 20% in this merger. Though they were expecting a gain of 20%. This has surpassed their expectations. However, this line which I'm going to write, you can write in every question. However, it should be noted that this, let me write, this is 22%. However, it should be noted that this gain is dependent upon the actual realization of this post acquisition valuation. Guys, don't be happy by looking at the gain number. 22% gain, I will be super rich. No, man. This gain depends whether you will achieve this combined value. So this is unrealized gain and it is not a confirmed gain. This solely depends that you will able to achieve these cash flows in future or not. Similarly, you should also write now. Corporate company should apply different sensitivity and scenario analysis to further analyze the outcome of valuation. Okay. By the way, these two lines you can write in NPV question as well. Like if NPV is positive, we should accept the project. No, man, you can't write that. If NPV is positive, we should accept the project. You are still in financial management, F9 paper, no. If NPV is positive, that is a good thing. But that is unrealized. That depends upon the future, and future is super uncertain. So, sir, what should we do? Right there, this depends upon the future performance of the company. This depends upon the whether these figures will be realized in the future or not. So that's why we should run the sensitivity test, the scenario analysis test. What is scenario analysis? Make different cases, best, worst, average case. Okay, Vivek, thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you so much. Simran, the very good question from Simran. Sir, any tip for how we can improve our writing skill? Simran, exactly that's I'm talking about. Come on. Exactly the same I was talking about. Okay. The biggest mistake which students make, they will say, Propleis company is getting 22% gain. Oh, that is very good. They were demanding 20%, but they are getting 22%. We should do the merger. You can't write in that way. You will not write in that way. You have to challenge it. 22%, it is guaranteed. No. Okay, discuss the assumption weight. There is no guarantee that company directors and shareholder will agree with the valuation and accept price offered by Propleis. It's a very good point. There is no guarantee that a different company will agree. It's a good point. Expected synergy has been achieved and beyond since the shareholder were expecting 20% increase and the result shows a 51% gain. Again, so I have written, I think now you will clear that you will not write this point in future. This is a very bold assumption. You are guaranteeing someone that they will get a gain. No, there is no such thing guarantee in our life. Even I can't guarantee that you will pass. But if you trust the process, then you can pass, right? This may also indicate that premium paid to return company could have been understated and needs revision. This okay. You are writing this point because the other is getting 51%. That's why. Otherwise, this point is not relevant. But now, according to your answer, it is relevant. There is no detailed information about the combined post-tax cash flow, hence it is unclear whether the percentage change in sales is inflation inclusive. Okay, working capital requirement seems to end on year four. No working capital, nothing is mentioned in working capital. In order to run the company, especially a company that is also involved electronically in order to keep up to date with technology, a run of risk being considered and lose the current online sales. Okay, this is good. You're talking about because it's an online company, technology risk, yes. The valuation is also particularly dependent on 4% growth being achievable perpetually. This is high annual growth rate for a mature business. Good point. Excellent. The valuation also depends on the current estimation of cost of capital and slight change on this will affect the result. Okay. You have to challenge as well that why 10%, why not 12, why not 30? No information is given. Okay. Properties company action to be taken. Properties company will have to make a proper plan on the staff integration in order to not lose the right staff after integration. The board will have to weigh on the benefit of retaining specialized staff. That's usually asked for. Come on, you have written in one line everything. It's like the distance between Karachi and Lahore. Come on. Do you think the examiner will read in this way? I'm reading because I'm your teacher. Examiner will not. He will deduct mark. The examiner will say this is not a proper presentation. The board will have to weigh on the benefit of retaining specialized staff that usually ask for high pay over newcomer that paid less but have low retention rates. Okay, your focus is more on the pace. Saving in staff and administration costs could affect the company public image if not properly done. Hence, a company should prepare a favorable redundancy package for those who will be affected and also display a good image on the excellent. This is a good point. Addicted company shareholders should be paid premium that seems beneficial to them in order to maintain share price value. If they are paid less, their shares they might sell their shares, and this will generally affect the market value of the combined company. No, man, this is not a relevant point. If you are paying them less, they will not accept. Simply, why they will sell share? They will not accept. Lastly, the culture of the different company should not be significantly changed since staff tend to work better in a familiar environment. Hence, drastic change could affect the performance of the different stock and combined. Okay, this is good. Task force should be deployed to work on the company website to improve it to the Propleis company. Okay. This is good. But still, you can do better. But 100 points for your effort. You have written every part of the question. And except one mistake, your first part, your numerical part was super brilliant, excellent. Okay, unfortunately, I have received only one uh, assignment. So we have more than 100 students enrolled in our class, and only one student has submitted the assignment. Mashallah. Any question, guys? Okay, your tests, the test which you have submitted, they are in a process of marking, and you will get, inshallah, in like couple of days. Next week is all about the restructuring. I will upload the assignment of restructuring, most probably on Monday or Tuesday, so that you have enough time to complete the assignment in this week. Okay, and there will be a test on merger and acquisition in next week. So most probably I will upload the test on most probably on Monday. And you will be having 2 days to complete that, right? So if you have joined late, my humble request, today cover the cost of capital, tomorrow and the day after tomorrow cover the merger acquisition and a pairing test. If you are appearing in assignment and test and you have performed only 10%, it is still far better than doing nothing. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any question, do let me know. Pre-offer, post-offer defenses. In which defense you are facing the difficulty? In which defense you are facing the difficulty? Okay, poison pill and white knight. Let me explain. These are super easy. Poison. What is poison pill? Okay, just think from the name perspective. Poison pill. If you, God forbids, if you take the poison pill, what will happen? You will die, right? So similarly, if the company takes the poison pill, company will be affected. The performance of the company will be affected. So what happened in poison pill? This is your company, and here is a predator, attacker that wants to acquire your company, and this predator has already acquired 20%. You have 80%, and you have a risk that this can acquire your company. So what you will do? Issue more shares to 80% shareholder at discount. So for example, share price is 100, but you are issuing new shares at 60, for example, to 80% shareholder. So the average proportion of these shareholder will rise and average proportion of these shareholder will fall. So what is poison pill here? You are issuing your share at a discount. So you are losing money. That is poison pill, right? Are you getting this? Simran, I get your point. I will do that. Get this? Second point, white knight. White knight is more like a good person. It seemed like a good person, right? White knight. So this is your company. Someone wants to acquire you. Okay, what you should do? You will search a friend company. So you will approach a friend company like a contract. Have you ever heard about the contract marriage? The people who the people who go to these European countries, from the countries like Pakistan, India, and some even from the African countries. In order to get the immigration, they do the contract marriage, right? The real intention is to get the immigration, but the process is through marriage. So exactly here, the real intention, you want to save yourself from this company. So you will go to the friend company and ask them to acquire you in a process. So if that friend company able to acquire your 10%, 20%, 30%, so your shares will not be available in the market. So this company unable to acquire you. So that is white knight. It's more like a contract acquisition. So you will ask a friend, when someone wants to acquire me, come on, you acquire your like 10% from the market. So share prices will be up and lesser shares are available. Lesser shares will be available in the market. So you will be saved. This is white knight. White knight is more likely approaching to friend for a help. Get it? Okay, guys, take care. Thank you so much for joining. Take care. See you in next class.